Hey, what up, G-Fan? Your boy is back with another video, and today your boy is about to provide you guys with 10 amazing fragrance clones that I picked up in 2023, and these fragrances are amazing. It is sexy, they are seductive, they're a compliment puller. They're absolutely one of the best fragrance clones that I picked up in 2023, and boys, we're starting right now. So we're gonna kick off this video from the house of Fomo, and we have here is Grace Dan Let Parfum. Boys, this sexy beast of a fragrance is a nice alternative to Dior Homme Parfum from the house of Dior. Boys, if you love that lipsticky vibe from them iris note, if you love that sexy, bold, confident type of DNA, you're looking for something that's a bit complex from the house of Dior, but having trouble finding that fragrance, then this clone right here is about 90% of Dior Homme Parfum. And this fragrance smells absolutely fantastic. This fragrance has awesome longevity, awesome projection, good performance all around. This fragrance is perfect for the fall. It's perfect for the winter time. This fragrance is just an absolute sexy beast of a DNA for a confident individual. So now we're moving on to the next fragrance on this list, and this next fragrance is absolutely fantastic, boys. It is sweet, it is sexy, it is delicious, it is a head turner, it is a panty dropping type of a DNA that's gonna have you smell absolutely fantastic. So if you're a sexy individual, then this fragrance you gotta check out. And we have here is Pandora San Milanos. Boys, if you love that cinnamon, you love that warm, cozy Tonka vibe, you love that tobacco, you love that straight up sexy freaking vibe because you're a sexy individual, then this fragrance is going to pack a punch. As a bonus, this fragrance is a nice alternative to a discontinued fragrance from the house of Paco Rabanne, and that is 1 million Purvey. That fragrance is gone. That fragrance is no longer here. So guess what? We have a nice sexy clone for you guys to elevate your collection, and that is Pandora San Milanos. So now we're moving on to the next fragrance on this list, and this next fragrance right here is an absolute beast of a fragrance. And when I'm talking about it's a beast, it is a monster, a freaking monster that needs to be contained, because this fragrance is an absolute beast of a scent. And we enter the house of Afnan, and we have here is Supremacy in Oud. Boys, if you guys love that initial oud for freaking greatness that smells absolutely fantastic but is soft and sexy at the same time, that pulls you some nice compliments for the fall and winter time and have you stand out from the crowd, then boys, this chibi right here pretty much does the same thing as oud for freaking greatness but for cheap. So if you love that oud, saffron type of a combo, you love that longevity, you love that projection, you love smelling absolutely sexy with some sexy DNA, then boys, Supremacy in Oud is where it's at. So now we're moving on to the next fragrance on this list, and this fragrance is also amazing, boys. And we have here is Amber Oud Ruby Edition. All right, boys, this fragrance is a fantastic freaking fragrance DNA that pretty much works almost every single time in pulling you some nice sexy content for the fall and winter time situation. If you guys are looking for a fragrance that is similar to Baccarat Rouge Extra from the house of MFK, then this fragrance right here is going to pack a punch in that department. All right, this fragrance has awesome longevity, this fragrance has good projection, this fragrance has compliment factor written all over this sexy beast of a fragrance. So instead of spending $550, potentially $700 on Baccarat Rouge Extra, boys, spend $60 and smell absolutely fantastic. So now we're moving on to the next fragrance on this list, and honestly, this has to be one of my favorite fragrance clones in my entire collection that I purchased in 2023. All right, reason being is because this fragrance right here is an alternative to a discontinued fragrance, and that is Pure Malt. All right, and we have here is Starman Nebula, and this is from the house of Fragrance World. All right, boys, this fragrance is absolutely sexy freaking boozy freaking vibes. All right, and it smells fantastic. All right, so I never got the chance to smell the original Pure Malt, but if this is a clone for what I'm hearing in the market, this fragrance is amazing. It is a masterpiece type of a scent, boys. This fragrance, I am telling you, it is a must buy fragrance, especially if you love boozy type of a fragrance. All right, when I had this fragrance on, boys, it's compliments. It is compliment. It is more freaking compliments. So if you're a boozy lover, boys, I just hooked you up with a freaking banger. So now we're moving on to the next fragrance on this list, and we were just speaking about Pure Moat, but now there's another discontinued fragrance from the house, and that is Pure Havana. And a nice alternative to that fragrance we have here is Insurrection Wild 2, and this fragrance is fantastic. Now this fragrance is old, it was released in 2023, but the fragrance, the juice, is still amazing, especially that we don't have that Pure Havana anymore. This is the best clone I can pretty much find in the market to replace that sexy beast of a fragrance, and this fragrance also pulls compliments. All right, now there is another alternative, if that's if you want to enter the niche house, and that is Xerjoff Noxos. But to me, Xerjoff Noxos and Pure Havana, they do have similar DNA, but Pure Havana to me is a bit more sweeter than Xerjoff Noxos. Now this fragrance to me leans more into Pure Havana. All right, the fragrance is amazing, it smells fantastic, and it's gonna pull you some nice sexy compliments. So now we're moving on to the next fragrance on this list, boys, and if you look at to smell expensive for cheap, then this fragrance right here is going to pack a punch in that department. And we have here is Maison Alhambra Hercules. Boys, if we're looking for an alternative to Parfums de Marly Harry, one of the best sellers from the house, a sexy beast of a DNA, then this fragrance is an awesome alternative to that fragrance. All right, if you love that cinnamon, you love that vanilla, you love that tobacco, you love that sexy freaking DNA, that warm, sexy, spicy type of a vibe that's gonna pull you some compliments and have you separate yourself in the competition, well, boys, for cheap, you can smell similar to that sexy beast of a fragrance, Harry. And this fragrance is a monster in the longevity department. So we're gonna stick to the house of Parfums de Marly because I have another clone for you guys to smell absolutely fantastic. All right, and we have here is Detour Noir. Now, this fragrance right here is an alternative to Parfums de Marly Latent. Now, Latent is the best-selling fragrance from the house of Parfums de Marly because that DNA is absolutely God freaking tier. It is mass appealing. It is sexy. It has a nice, sexy, delicious vanilla type of vibe for the fall and winter time that's going to give you some awesome longevity. But the compliment factor, boys, is through the freaking roof. That fragrance is certified panty dropper. But this time, we got a fragrance about $30 freaking that holds that sexy bestseller DNA from the house of Parfums de Marly, and that is Detour Noir. So if you're looking to save some money and have the same benefit as Parfums de Marly Latent, then boys, check this beast of a fragrance out. And as a bonus, this fragrance is going to give you about 10+ hours of longevity. So the next fragrance right here is an absolute must-have of a fragrance because this fragrance is amazing, boys. The scent profile is a beast for the spring and summertime situation. And we have here is from the house of Zara. We have Sunrise on the Red Sand Dunes. And this fragrance is a nice alternative to Louis Vuitton Imagination, boys. That fragrance is about $310. Psych, boys. $30, smell amazing. All right, this fragrance is fresh. It is citrus. It is fruity. It is sweet. It is a common beast of a freaking fragrance once again for the spring and summertime. So make sure you enter the house of Zara and pick up this sexy beast of a fragrance to elevate your collection. So this next fragrance right here has to have one of the best scent DNA out there in the market for unisex, period. All right, and we have here from the house of Fragrance World, we have here is Cocktail Intense. Boys, if you guys are looking for an alternative to Angel Share, that cinnamon, that boozy, delicious praline vibe of a fragrance, then boys, look no freaking further, because when we're talking about accuracy, this fragrance right here is about 90% of that DNA, and it smells fantastic. A matter of fact, I had this bad boy on over the weekend, boys, and it was compliments. It was compliments. It was, can I get a bite out of you? Then, boys, if you're looking for those type of reaction, then get this sexy clone right here. Save yourself some money and smell absolutely fantastic. If you're looking for 10 amazing fragrances that women love on men, then, boys, check this video right here as I provide you with those 10 fragrances. So make sure you're ready to elevate your game.